Alright, let's get to it. Open up New Game Plus, Hildibrand Agent of Inquiry. Fear lost forever when the calamity struck. A true Eorzean hero and legend has returned to the realm. Join Hildibrand Manderville, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, and his talented and charming assistant, Nashi Makaraka, as they scour all creation to solve the most perplexing cases to plague the people of Eor... Wait, to plague the people? That doesn't sound right. It should be cases that plague the people. They couldn't possibly be plaguing the people, Eorzea. Silly recap. I'm pretty sure it was around here. There we go. First time actually trying out this New Game Plus feature. Interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot of stuff that's missing though, I think. Actually, hold on. If I escape New Game Plus... Maybe some things are different. Resume. There we go. Reward on a table in New Game Plus mod. Yeah, that's fine. An old acquaintance of Wimont is at wit's end, and the businessman would have you help her. The rise and fall gentleman. Hi, you've been busy as a bee green. Seem to have to whisper as I come my way relate to your comings and goings. Being the active type you are, I reckon you'd be interested in investigating some queer rumors, am I right? Before that, let me ask, ever heard of a man named Hildibrand? Have you heard of Hildibrand before? Technically, I have not before doing this quest, so no. To hear him tell it, he was Eolzia's greatest and most famous inspector, so can't say I'm surprised you don't know him. To his credit, Hildibrand and his assistant had a knack for showing up when something shady was afoot. As for sussing out the culprits, well, he had his moments, though I hesitate to give him sole credit. And he wrote, 5 years ago he gets in his head that he's cracked the code of Messiah's 7th verse. Dalamu, the calamity, all of it can be stopped, he says. So long as he finds a hero of prophecy, and wouldn't you know it, the hero was Hildibrand himself. So he flies off towards Dalamu. And that's right, he flew. Launches himself straight into the air somehow, ridiculous as it sounds. Of course, the only logical that he got to come back down. Though it was only recently that we found his body. I had a reason for bringing this up. Ah, right, Sonashu. Hildibrand's erstwhile assistant has since become an inspector in her own right. At present, she's investigating the queer rumors I mentioned earlier. She's a sweet lass. A bit daft, but sweet nonetheless. So when I hear she's at wit's end, I want to help. Thing is, I prefer to meddle in the affairs of the living. Zombies are most definitely not my forte. So if you're willing, I'd be grateful if you lend her a hand. As for where to find her, she's like to visit Hildibrand's grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated. Try looking for her there first. Oh, if only you were still alive, Inspector. You'd know how to stop these zombies. Ah, you there, could it be? You come to offer your services to me? I guess. I have been told. Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. Ahem. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiry's Extraordinary Inspector. At least, that's what I'm trying to be. It's not quite as easy as he made it look. Inspector Hildibrand was a great man, a real Eorzean hero. We traveled the world, me and him, solving cases and thwarting evil. No matter the mystery, you could always count on the Inspector to solve it with grace and style. But then there was the final case. The case of the century, he called it. How to stop the Red Moon from destroying the world. To save us all, he flew into the sky, and all I could do was watch. But then he came back down and he... This is all a big joke. A big funny joke, right, Inspector? Any moment now you'll burst out of the ground and shout, "Surprise, has you fooled, eh?" And we'll laugh and laugh. They say no one remembers the warriors of light. Their names, their faces, all gone forever. But I remember you, Inspector. No, gentleman hero Hildibrand. I can never be the hero you were, but I'll do my best to try. I, Nashu, Inspector Extraordinaire, will carry on your legacy. So I told myself, well, Nashu, there must be a leader, a head zombie, who tells the rest what to do. Therefore, all we need to do is kill him. Again, that is. Unfortunately, I don't know where he is, or how to find him. But now that you're here, my faithful assistant, you can try the one good idea I've come up with so far. If you go to where these dapper zombies were last seen in southern Thanaland, you might find them. And then you could, you could become their friend and ask to meet their leader. Yes, that's sure to work. I could also beat them up. Participate in the Fate Fallen Corpses Ride in Style in Southern Thanaland. Let's hope it spawns soon. And now we wait, patiently. Well, it has to show up eventually. Following courses right in style. A band of zombies has been exhibiting uncharacteristically civilized behavior of late, which has greatly unnerved the people of Thanaland. Dispatch the dapper undead for the benefit of the living. Hello. You didn't miss much, I'm just doing the fate. Just beating up some gentleman zombies. Just a curious parchment to Nashu Makaraka. I also went back to my old Blue Mage glamour, except for the cane. That one's new. I look pretty dapper if I say so myself. Yes. Swab is with a U here. Any red mage rips still? Yeah, you can... Well, sounds like you need to do more red mage quest. Did you find the zombies? You did! That's wonderful! I'm busy too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me. You'll see. So tell me, what did you learn? Written upon this map of the Sagoi Desert in a flamboyant, flowing hand are the words of, "A gentleman is, rather than does." Oh, so you weren't able to make new friends. That's a shame. It is parchment. This is a map of the Sagoli Desert. There's a spot marked here in the south, and look, there's something written here. A gentleman is, rather than does. That sort of reminds me of, well, no matter. Let's see where this map takes us, assistant. Onward, to the Sagoli! I'm also trying out the New Game Plus feature. It's pretty neat. I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy though. I say we call out to them and let them know we come in peace. When the leader shows himself, we strike! That doesn't sound anything like peace, Nashu. A gentleman is, rather than does. Who summons the gentle dead men? They live, and we hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. Spare this fine gentleman and fair lady for your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more. Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! No, it's an airship! No! It's the inspector! We hear, and we obey. It is you! It really is you! I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildibrand! Hildibrand? Who is this Hildibrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombiebrand, Devourer of Brains, Undead Overlord Extraordinaire! What are you saying? You're not an Undead Overlord, you're a Gentleman Inspector! Inspector, Overlord, Inspector, Overlord. Oh, Inspector, you're just confused as all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense into that noggin of yours. Stay your hand, my lady. You know not what you do. Even if I were the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more likely to liquefy my... If crashing into the ground makes you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying. Isn't that normally die by... See, even you acknowledge the possibility that the plan will result in my... death. Normally I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would have preferred that you found a more elegant solution. Ah, he remembers me! Inspector Hildibrand remembers me! Yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here. You fell, apparently. From the sky. It's alive! Ah, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon and... What is this place? And for that matter, who am I? Well, if he sure looks and smells like a zombie, he probably is a zombie. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have awoken at last. I always knew you'd come back to us. Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. And who might this fine gentleman be? Could he perhaps be one of my many admired? Oh, what is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ringing in my ears? This dizziness? Could it be a case? He wasn't dead, he was just badly injured and needed to hibernate. I didn't even know people could do that. A mild concussion will not sway Inspector Hildibrand from his true calling. Verily, it could be naught else. Somewhere nearby, dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat. Aha! The Sogoli Desert! I'd bet my life on it. Which means Ul'dah is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could so violently trigger my keen investigator's sense. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildibrand shall soon deliver you from evil. Alright, back to Ul'dah. Return. You there, have you seen a dapper gentleman go by? Beg your pardon? You wish to question me as to the whereabouts of that deviant running about town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye? I do not consult with perverts. What? Looking for a half-naked Highlander? What? That likes to catch criminals? They gotta remember a thing like that. I think they spell it with a Y instead of an I. If you do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell them there's something about that goddamn duelist. My mate's pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard. Second cousin twice removed. No, you know what? I'll take it. Sorry, lad, but if it's information you want, you'd be served best by going to Wymond. Only rumors I've heard about the weapons thief. Calls himself a duelist, or so I hear. When you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... Wymond, buddy! I take it you dealt with a zombie problem, eh? So do tell. Just why were they dressing up like dandies? Wymond! Hey, Wymond! Thal almighty bugging me with a bleeding spear, the dead have risen and they're walking the streets of Ul'dah! No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. It's true. He's not a zombie. I checked. You do seem to be hale and healthy, which begs the question. How in the seven hells did you survive that fall? Why question divine providence? What matters is that Eosia's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice! Heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts. Inconceivable! I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wyman is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance. Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden, what said her most... This name assaulted a young woman as well? The audacity! I should fly to her side at... Why, if it isn't the gentleman from Zagoli? A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you too seek the belligerent duelist? Capital! It will be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away! What? Didn't even give me a chance to respond. Damn it, Ellie, I ain't told you the lass's name yet. Well, Green, might as well go after him. Be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. She's a woman with a taste for finer things in life. Safe to say, you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weavers Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspecting, Inspector. Weavers Guild. Boop. Oh, that's a lot of crates. My beloved pure heart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you? A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps and the winds bear her sorrow to his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause? What in the world? I swear to you here now, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall scour all creation, from the deepest pit of seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for your pure heart. What he said. And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft? Thefts, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day. After I browsed the latest fashion at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Coliseum, I realized it was gone. So the time and location of the theft are unknown. Essential details, without which we cannot solve the case. There is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we must reenact the fateful day's excursion to Sunsilk Tapestries. Away! Oh hey, the crates are gone. Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question? Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist. I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of a man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse, in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled. If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. Who keeps leaving these crates around? Oh, and they're gone. Conspicuous crates. Once again, Miss Moon, if you'd be so kind as to tell us what you remember. Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse, in shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 6 score ponzes, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious. 120 ponzes! Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Which is precisely why you were targeted. Oh, it's obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion. There sure are a lot of giant crates in Old At the Weaver's Guild, the Sunset Tapestries, and here too. These crates are everywhere, Green. I don't know what's inside, but I don't see how we can open... Ah, of course! I still have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try? It'll be fun! I don't think I'm supposed to use explosive within city limits. Ah, what the hell. Nashu's delight. Many cope with grief by taking up new pursuits, such as travel or exercise. Nashu chose to study explosives. Now what the hell. When in Old At the heart of every crime rests a single, unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and a man. Resenting her prowess whilst recognizing his weakness, he carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the Pure Heart. Inspector, we found a Pure Heart. These strange men sneaking around town in wooden crates had it. It's not what you think. We're not thieves. We're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and stars. We only wish to keep her safe from harm, and should she misplace an item from time to time, we collect it. Not for safekeeping, nothing untoward. You deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time you've been stalking me. What nerve? Ah, such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. You should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment. Goddess? Devotees? Ah, but of course! That I had you inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, these fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts as... Those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victim's weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation are as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name's Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildibrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume? You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist victims? I'll introduce you with pleasure. You will be willing to share such precious information with me? Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship. Yes, yes, very good. The name of the man is... What? Where in the bloody hell do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet! Having no other recourse, Ellie would instead tell you the identity of the victim. I suppose since you're the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, a good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what will happen if he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well. Hi, I'm Humphrey. And you are? At last I've caught up with you. You there, young sir. I am told that you are a victim of the marauding duelist. Hey, a victim? How amusing. You amuse me. True, I was challenged by the duelist not long ago, but where he thought to find a whelp. He found a warrior of light instead. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself. You mean you won? That's amazing. Well, it was nothing compared to what I faced at Cottonau. Magitech to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us. Stuck in the middle with Master Lu, we were. Cole, he was a damn hand with the old magic he was. I tried to save him, of course, but the limit to how many giant beasties a man can... That man is no warrior of light. Tell him, Elizar. Tell him how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own. Liar! Scoundrel! I trust that bastard with me father's blade. Bid him take it to a smithy for a restoration. Even give a guild to pay for it. And then he comes crawling back, sniveling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel. As if that's enough to set things right. Look at me, you bleeding whoreson. Look at me. Me flowing golden locks are no more. I've gone bald from the stress and heartbreak. I swear to everything holy that you'll face a reckoning if you don't bring her back to me. Alright. You beat the shite out of me and took the old man's sword. I used the guild to pay the Kyurgeon. I have no idea where he or the sword is. What am I supposed to do, huh? Can't give him what I don't have unless you help me find a sword. That's what you do, right? Help people? Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy not your own, then you beg others to help you with problems of your own making. You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector? And what of Elizar's flowing golden locks? How will forsaking young Humphrey help the man he was wronged? We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar. Antique swords? I haven't the foggiest about that. That traveling merchant Jojompa is the one you want to speak with, assuming he hasn't left. boy should be ashamed of himself, robbing poor Eleazar of a priceless family heirloom. This goes to show you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, a lot of them. May not be the most honorable solution, but perhaps you should consider giving Eleazar a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace in his final days, would it be so wrong? Eleazar's sword wasn't much to look at least it was authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword, not at least not of one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, anywhere I determined to be of dubious origins, I immediately discard in the spring east of Camp Drybone. Although I have no swords for sale at present, I may have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you describe. This presents a quandary. Though I am loath to deceive an honorable man like Eleazar, a well-intentioned ruse may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks, whilst we continue to search for the genuine article. Well, if there's a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Drybone. Tisk, you should endeavor to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie, like me. I say we search the spring first before declaring all to be lost. It's fun revisiting this again. It occurs to me that I am not yet fully recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water. Not without first coating it with a liberal application of salamander oil, that is. Indeed, on many an occasion, my dearest mother tended my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of physical rehabilitation, yes? Then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. This is Godford all over again. Body's nothing but an instrument in the occasional need of oiling. So come, my friend. Come and oil me up. A thick, sticky oil collected from the underbelly of a river-dwelling salamander. Lewd. No, you're lewd. Ah, this comforting scent, as though I am a child in her arms. Quickly now, before it dries, knead the oil into my aching flesh. I guess. Ah, the pain multiplies manifold. Gently now, gently. Take a break, let it dry. Nah. Oh gods, oh gods, oh gods. Yes, at last. My muscles slacken and soften, the warmth spreads, and the pain becomes pleasure. Massage Hildibrand yet again. Right there. Yes, keep doing that. Just like that. Just like, oh, yes. Now once more, with feeling. Massage Hildibrand once more. Saving the world, and I had to rub the oil onto the man's skin. Ah, never before I have received such splendid ministrations. Now then, into the spring. You as well, my good man. A muddy pebble. holy pot. And a muddy bottle. Present your findings to Hildibrand. You've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you have found? Worthless bottle. This is not the sword you are looking for. Useless rock. A completely useless and unremarkable rock. Come now, what were you expecting? A rock that keeps corals away? Irrelevant potsherd. Well, at least you didn't pick up a random rock like some people. No sign of the souls Jojompa mentioned. I see. Ah! Now I'm all wet. What was that anyway? Did something cause you to... Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. That I had you search that section of the spring was a stroke of... Achoo! Inspector, it's bad for you how to conduct investigations in these clothes. I'll go to Ul'dah and fetch you some new ones. How thoughtful of you, Nashu. While you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Eleazar as well. The newest, most potent blend you can find. It's not wonderful, my friend. Soon all of Eleazar's woes will be no more. Well, as long as nobody notices the fake. As promised, I return to you your father's ancient blade. Aye, it is, sir. Every chip and scratch is just as I remember. Gods bless you, sir. I never expected you would go such lengths for two strangers without thought of reward. Altruism is a rather rare trait these days. Tis common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes a good in every soul, and understands that none deserve to be forsaken. Spoken like a true gentleman, though your garments beg to differ. Inspector, I brought you your change of clothing. I also brought a supply of tonic from this peddler I made in Pearl Lane. I don't think those are legit tonics if you bought them from Pearl Lane. Like, no offense to people living there, but Pearl Lane at the time of The Realm Reborn is full of shady people. Excellent work, Nashu, if you would bring me that case. Ouch. Inspector? Inspector Hildibrand? There appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missile from an adoring admirer? Ouch. The author neglected to pen her name. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. That's supposed to be flattering. No, it's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him. challenge for me! Oh, at last the curtain rises. Very well, if I am to duel the duelist, I must dress for the occasion. Oh, I love this song. So majestic. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, accept your challenge. He's incredible, so bold, so majestic, just like a warrior of light. No, a gentleman of light. He is exceptionally something. Caw, Inspector Hildibrand, you look amazing. You look good? Hildibrand. This is far from the strongest of swords. Blue skies and the rolling desert. How much longer must I seek the blade of legend? Gentleman hero, Hildibrand. Challenge accepted, my worthy opponent. You shall not claim the blade. With my, let us call it what it is, genius, I shall bring you to justice. Wait, you should do with weapons, not wits. This wish hardly seems inappropriate for such an epic battle. Hildibrand will return in The Three Collectors. Hey, I know that spear. That's the one I found buried with the pumpkins. Pumpkins sort of remind me of... no, it's gone. Never mind. Ellie wishes to share her latest discoveries with you. By chance you are curious about the duelist's declared target. It so happens I have identified the weapon in question. The Treaty Blade is part of an Ishgardian noble's collection. Or was, I should say. No, it has not yet been sold. It has been purchased by an Uldan collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vesper Bay. Suffice to say, it would be remiss in my duties as a reporter were I not to investigate her. And should a duelist strike while I am present, well, I hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge. Oops. Though I'm told she's a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am also told that she has a fondness for rare flowers, the sort to see in Camp Drybone cells. You can come along if you'd like. Ow. Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage. Was it for love or money that you killed him? It was you! Have you gone mad? That was an Amalja arrow in his back. I don't know how to shoot a bow. Amalja don't shoot fleeing unarmed merchants. They capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim make for convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort into it. Wear gloves for God's sakes, or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. The calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So again I ask, was it because he took from you your share, or your sister? You don't touch a man's skin. He knew that, and yet he... Important for the camera to stare at the sternum. Yes, because how else can you have a facial reveal later when you're being introduced to them? Damn, and I thought he did it for the money. You two, he's all yours. Yes, of course. Thank you for the help, Inspector. At least he's competent. But when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? It's not his job, you know. He just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgar's high houses. Some say he's a baron. Not at all like that buffoon Hildibrand, don't you think? I try not to think about Hildibrand. We should get going. Lady Dorilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers. To Vesper Bay. Why have they not installed an Aetheryte at Vesper Bay? Why do we have to always travel to Horizon and fly all the way over to Vesper Bay? Whee! Again, as I last told the last 20 who came here, if you ever come looking for work, you are too late. And even if I were in need of additional security, I would not deign hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed. I'll think lavender. A fragrant variety of lavender, rarely found in the arid lowlands of the Thanalan. Do you really think I could be so easily manipulated? Present the right gift, speak the magic words, and you would earn my respect? What's more, flowers' beauty is fleeting. I value beauty which transcends the boundaries of time, everlasting, enduring, unchanging, like mine. Now get out. Forgive us, Lady Dorilda. We meant no disrespect. We were afraid that you would not heed our warnings otherwise. A notorious, violent thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. You fools. I shall come to claim the collector's blade, yes? I read the Mithril Eye. I know full well of whom you speak, and it is none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should he try, I will have him seized, or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will not escape my wrath, for I have retained the services of a certain gentleman. Ah, but you may see for yourself. Like every piece of my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now look upon my peerless inspector, interlopers, and despair. Ships that pass in the night. A signal shown in the darkness. The lady cries out for a guardian. And a gentleman must needs oblige. I swear to you here now, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice. Wow, I am in very much display error. Look at me. Good sir, what brings you here? Are you come in pursuit of the duelist as well? Or perhaps in pursuit of me? As if I would spend a single gil on an insufferable, incompetent... To be fair, you are not spending a single gil on me. The chance to investigate such an intriguing case is payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Sorry I'm late. Busy solving a murder. Briarden, Consulting Inspector, at your service, my lady. Conniving Inspector? Consulting Inspector. A rotting flesh and saltpeter. Hildibrand Manderville and Nashio Makaraka, I presume. Two rank amateurs playing at a profession of which they know not. Call me when you're finished with these wastrels. You see, I do not want nor need your help. Briarden is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you! Where have you been, Maria? And where is my vase? There was this strange flying thing and the vase, I dropped it in the water. I was so... That vase once belonged to the Royal House of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? You will go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear? My lady, pray allow me to go in the girl said. It is not safe, for she herself spoke of a ferocious wild beast. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect, at which point you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacies. Not when spoken aloud. Miss Maria, would you be so kind to tell me exactly what happened? I picked up the vase in Old Dal like Mother said, and I was on my way home. I was crossing the bridge and the flying thing came. I got scared, so I ran. When I stopped, it was gone, but so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Norfolka's Wells. I want to go and look, but there are scary looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone. We are no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase. All 5 of us. I suppose I should. All 4 of you. I'm going back to Inspector Briarden. If the duelist strikes, I mean to be there. But Miss Ellie, how can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story? I'm pretty sure that's her job. Because that's my job, you imbecile! Well, we shall not be derelict in our duty to justice. Come, Nashu, we must away! Don't even know what the bloody vase looks like. Maria, dear, listen. If it gets dangerous or if you feel afraid, you run to this adventurer for help, understand? Okay, but I'm highly likely to explode myself. To Nafika's Wells. Oh, it's on the same map. That girl what went by earlier. I've seen her. Had something in her hands, but dropped it while crossing the bridge. Didn't get a good look, but I reckon it don't matter any road. Whatever there was is long gone by now. A vase? Well, anything that falls in the water is like to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Does this have anything to do with the queer winged beast I saw earlier? No? Never mind then. Flamboyant oath. Pox upon that thieving demon bird! He shall rue the day he crossed paths with me! Huh? A vase? I know not of what you... Gah! Curse this infernal refuse underfoot! Every point is a dagger! There's something in the water at the man's feet. Curious object. Do I spy the treasure vase of Lady Dorilla of... Oh. Oh dear. Does this belong to you, child? Forgive me. I was so engrossed in my search I did not notice. You search for what, pray tell? A demon bird absconded with my weapon. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it next in the talons of that accursed creature. I gave chase, following to these waters, and in my haste I must have stepped on your vase. Don't fret, Maria. I know it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildibrand will think of something. Oh, but I already have my faithful assistant. Hearken to me now, for as a rising sun doth dispel the dark, and so shall my solution resolve our dilemma. But first, we must gather as many fragments of the vase we can find. Immersive gameplay. Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid! Let's have a look. Precious potsherd. All the Sultan's chocobo and all the Sultan's men couldn't put this vase back together again. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles with far less, after all. There is but one person in all Eorzea capable of reconstructing this face. A man whose skill with the hammer has brought rival goldsmiths low. So breathtaking are his works, so fearsome his competitive spirit. This man is no mere goldsmith. You speak of him as of a great warrior. Once, a notorious king of thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Ul'dah, targeting establishments which sold luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom I speak. His was the last shop the thieves struck, but the following morning they were found beaten, bound, and gagged in the gold court. The brass blades never learned who was responsible. The only information they had was testimony of a thief, who kept muttering the words, "The hammer! The hammer!" He sounds dangerous. Aye, that he does. And I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men. But where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Gilgamesh, and this is my companion, Enkidu. Well, not really. It has been many moons since I last saw her, so to ease the burden of loneliness, I tamed a rooster and painted it green. In any case, you mean to search for this goldsmith, yes? If so, it would be my pleasure to help. The pleasure is all mine, Gilligan. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, bid you welcome. If it is that hard for you to remember, I give you leave to call me Gil. Excellent suggestion, Greg. Playful monikers are effective means of building camaraderie. Call me Hildy. Now then, from what I know of the goldsmith's propensity to procure his materials himself, I have deduced that he is most likely to be found in the vicinity of Blue Fog in northern Thanalan. It is there we shall begin our search. Dublin carcass. The Dublin wound indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it is still around? This goldsmith is not to be trifled with. The basilisk's wound indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints lead to the north. Single blow to the head. Impressive. His handiwork is unmistakable. The corpse is still quite warm. The Dublin, the basilisk, this Ahriman, all were slain with a hammer, as was that beast over yonder, unless I am mistaken. That chimera must be his latest prize, which means he must still be about. Mayhap he is watching us at this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fibre of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance! The horror. I'm a Manderville man, doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Querthus to Thanalan, Manderville man. I cannot avert mine eyes! That is the dance of House Manderville, passed down from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good man, I see no other solution. You must dance in my stead. Though for a gross, nay, unconscionable violation of my family's traditions, I must bequeath unto you the Manderville. You learned the emote Manderville dance. Time has come for you to do only what a Manderville can. We are the siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Manderville. Now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen Chimera and dance like only a Manderville can. Summon the Goldsmith. Are we really doing this? I like how each of the Chimera sets has a hammer stuck in it. That's neat. Our warrior of light, ladies and gentlemen. Fancy yourself a Manderville man. You would do what only a Manderville can. Lift up your legs and put up your hands. Be a Manderville man. He comes. Oh ho ho! You have not to fear for me, not at all. The only accounts I came to settle with were with the Chimera. But you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me. Godbert! Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion if not that? It's Godbert, the owner of the Gold Saucer. Wait, I know you. He of strong yet tender fingers. The context being we once met him at Camp Bronze Lake. It's like a hot spring. And we had to also tend to his less oiled skin. Very strange experience. But more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the Manderville? If I did not teach you, then who? By the grace of Thor, what sorcery is this? He yet lives? Hildibrand, Helidor, Maximilian, Manderville! Is he a goldsmith or a monk? "10 years, Hildibrand. 10 years since you left home, and 5 since I learned of your trip to Dalamud. How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead?" "Son, you are Hildy's father!" "Godbird, the goldsmith's a Manderville man, smithing as only a Manderville can. Oil him up and give him a tan, fit for a Manderville man." "Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand." "This antique vase must be made whole once more for the sake of Miss Maria." "Ha! Do not worry, little one. I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement." Yay! It's just completely restored. "Hold your applause until the end. Burigot, guide my hammer!" But it's already restored. Huh. Look how it sparkles in the twilight, how it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that it is a work of art? Well, it is. Now it's no longer an antique. You've completely destroyed the priceless antique's historical value. Nonsense! I have taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. Hope you are paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer? "Father, that is not my path. I am an agent of inquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need." "Miss Maria is one such person. There are others too. Innocent people whose weapons are callously ripped from their hands by a thieving duelist." "I thought you had put away childish dreams. No matter. You will understand in due time." "No, I will not. I am an inspector, father. I can be naught else." Mr. Godbird, sir? I don't think my mother's going to like what you did. She probably won't let Mr. Hildibrand help with the investigation." "I cannot say that for certain, can we? Perhaps she will take a liking to this reimagining." Well, it certainly is shiny. "You spoke of a thieving duelist, did you not? It so happens I am something of a duelist myself. Were we to cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his. And Kidu as well, I should think." "I see you two possess a strong sense of justice. Oh, glad am I to have met you, Greg. Now, let us return to Vesper Bay and see how our vase is received." "Vesper Bay, you say? What a coincidence. I shall be traveling there on business once I have finished gathering materials." "Oh good, then we can shift the blame to you." "Oh, I think I might have seen the demon bird which took my weapon. Go without me. I shall follow anon." I hope she likes it. Reconstructed vase. If every component of an object were to be replaced, could the resulting object be fundamentally considered the same? Philosophers are unsure. Godbert does not care. Mother, I brought you the vase. By the gods, have you all no shame? How dare you make my daughter complicit in your chicanery? I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever to the vase I purchased. Now see here, Lady Dorilda. Not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but... Gaudy trash? Lord Manderville, sir, I did not realize you had arrived. Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your... Oh wait, that's Dorilda saying. Whoops. Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accompaniments an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your satisfaction. Oh, it does, my lady. It does indeed. Especially that exquisite vase over yonder. Although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction. Your reconstruction? I don't like it. I love it. I would go far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection. Ah, what relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandervilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son Hildibrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist threats? Enough expository banter, I say. I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I do remember thinking that his help will be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildibrand, will you not? Wait a minute. Your father is Lord Godbert Manderville, the man who took Eolan Quiverson's seat on the Syndicate. It appears there have been a great many developments over the past 10 years of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. Our first order of business will be to review all facts with the consenting Inspector Briarden. Hi, Inspector Briarden. Why are you still here? Allow me to elucidate. Lady Dorilda has asked that we assist with the investigation. Now, kindly share with us all your information. Fine. Our plans have advanced to a stage that even you couldn't ruin them anyway. I commissioned several reproductions of the Treaty Blade through a merchant named Jojompa, who traffics in counterfeit antiques. These blades have been delivered to the Observatorium, where they are being distributed amongst Lady Dorilla's sellswords. Once I give the order, they will transport them via alternate routes to Vespa Bay. Oh, I think I get it. You're hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys, right? They're all decoys. The moment the thief strikes, all our forces will converge on his location, including those disguised as smoke folk along each route. The real Treaty Blade will remain the original owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything has been accounted for. You are superfluous. Well, that's a good sunset. Mayhap we could use more small folk to wash the roads and in and out of the observatorium, assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion. Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am a master of disguise. Have you any information regarding the duelist himself? A description? Never thought to ask Humphrey, did you? The thief is said to be a towering brute dressed in red who wields a halberd. Ha ha ha! A man so garishly dressed should be easy to find in snowy Querthas. Yeah, we only know a towering man without a halberd, unfortunately. And I suppose we don't need your help after all, do we? Come or don't. I couldn't care less. Be seeing you. Pray forgive my lateness. Greg, my good man, what a pleasure to see you again. We just received new information regarding the weapon thief. A victim described him as a halberd-wielding brute dressed in a ridiculous outfit. A ridiculous outfit? Oh, now I am intrigued. What reasons would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing? The same reason people wear bikini armors, I guess. Haha, what reasons indeed? It is enough to make a gentleman laugh. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the Observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly smallfolk in accordance with Miss Inspector Briarden's instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No? Then let us sally forth at once. Whee! Hail to thee, fellow servant of justice! I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade? Yeah, just say that out loud for everyone to hear, why don't you? Clearly you're mistaking me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They're with us. More small folk. Keep an eye on them. Or else. But, Bagger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Maybe keeping active will help me to stay warm. Oh, and should I chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you. After administrating the requisite beating, haha! Good, you're still... Was there someone else with you a moment ago? Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival, full eager to catch the thief. As we are. Come, Nashu. We too must answer the call of duty. To receive a Medal of Honor. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the east gates? We're on demand over there. See, brute man and brute in red who wields a halberd. Now, if you told me to look for a brute of a man in red without wielding a halberd, then I could help you out. But no. You see that just now? No. Don't think me eyes were playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. Inspector, over there, look! What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. Aha! I see you, demon bird. You will not escape me this time. Hello there, my friends. Is aught amiss? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingered here over long. We must digress post-haste. There's not out of the ordinary here either. No luck, We've scouted every ilm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that, having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildibrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding. Or perhaps he's waiting patiently outside the walls for more wagons to leave. That being said, should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you had best arm yourself more than your wits. I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary. Meanwhile, we have Godber, who literally just one-shot a chimera for materials. I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use. By the 12, is that the self-same spear which propelled me into the Red Moon? Wherever did you find it? It was buried in the snow. Well, one cannot ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though I will still endeavor to avoid fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should worst comes to worst. Now then, we begin our search for the duelist to the east of the observatorium. Get out here, Conway. Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis? Was not the self-same creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is close by. You sense it too, don't you? Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so? If you but beheld it, you would understand. In some ways it bore resemblance to a spear, but in other aspects it was quite different. It was crowned with a magnificent axe blade, which was welded to a musket barrel. 'Twas one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. Ah, how I yearned to reclaim it, the strongest of spears. That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to... The strongest of spears! I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious. Now you call me Shirley? No matter. Give it to me! Give it to me! This spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens. I will not relinquish it again. This spear and I have bested a many man together. I will not relinquish it again. Then we are at an impasse. I can't believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we caught the weapon thief in the act. Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man, who I am certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed I have not. Every weapon I claim was by rights mine. Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat. Wait. I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him. A confession to what? I have done not wrong. Bah! You are all beyond reason. Ah, yes, my plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace. Well, my plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't, so let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face a duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can. Ashoo! Miss Ellie? Ah, my good man, it is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you have doubtless deduced, I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you. Yes, it was I behind these doors the whole time. You took so long to arrive, I was getting worried that you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At the last I understand. We were fated to duel, you and I. Best me and you may have the spear. Fail, and your weapons are forfeit. A fair terms, you don't think? I will even extend them to your allies. I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. For Gilgamesh, it's beginning time! I think you got half a person taller. And the question is, do I just charge blitz through this with unrestricted, or do I try to do this legit through a duty finder? Battle on Big Bridge. Let's try to do it legit. Question is, what class do I go to? I can't play as a blue mage. At least not without plenty of time. Alright, let's see how long the wait is, then I'll decide. No, I can't apply glamour plates here. Damn you, glamour restrictions. Damn you, I say. Let's see how long the wait is. Oops, not this one. This one. Oh, it's instant. Oh, wait, that's understood. Damn it! No, hold on. Go back, go back. There we go. 8 minutes. No, I'm not gonna wait that long. Unrestricted it is.
on, Engineer. It's two, your favorite. Fine, I admit it. Fighting all 8 of you is just too much for me. Not? Ha! I lied!
Oh no, he lied.
Why, I've been had! This is far from the strongest of spears. I feel so betrayed. Goodness gracious. I, just remembered something.
Oh, okay, so the damage over time effects persist through that sequence. Neat.
I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles. I feel we've gained an understanding. An understanding that I will pound you.
Not again.
I won't cook out so easily. Well then. That's enough of a beating for now.
Wait, get back to cool-looking spear so I can use it as a Dragoon glamour. Very unfortunate. They're all counterfeit blades. Alone yet still armed. In any case, he seemed satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. Yeah. There we go. Hildibrand just holding out an empty hand. Ah, 'tis more magnificent than I imagined. It'll make a fine addition to my collection. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. All's well that ends right. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? It's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Briaden. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where's my treaty blade? But didn't we just give you the treaty blade? Deception! Treachery! Tricks. Disguise yourself as a client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he has always issued his challenges in person. Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. If the man in red did not send a challenge, then who did? Whoosh. Ouch. What are the odds of that? I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briaden. Piss off. 400 years I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine, I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Very well. I, and I alone, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. You wanna challenge her? Stand here and face me, you buffoon! How dare you all laugh at a time like this after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? And you, Maria? Well, I suppose it's a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro, a pair of gentlemen mummers. You know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head to the city later, just you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Manderville man. Ah, Hildibrand delivered the greatest treasure of all. A child's laughter. Mark! My face, oh phantom of many faces! For it is the face of thee! Of thee! Gentleman hero Hildibrand. The fiends dares lay claim to the fair maiden's virtue. A seeds of jealousy quicken within an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield? Will this Manderville man find his Manderville wife? Hildibrand will return in A Case of Indecency. Hey, what's with those goggles that those men were wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely they'll give me a pair? Guess we'll find out next time.